All right, hello everyone. This is Old School Johnny coming with you with another episode of What is Old School Watching. So last week was the first time I've done an episode like this, but this is something I want to continually, share with everybody. What I'm going to watch, what I'm watching, do I like them, and because there's so much things, and what all these do streaming platforms. There's so much content that all of us could be watching. So I just wanted to share with everybody what it is that I'm watching, what I like, what I don't like, what I'm excited for. All right, so this past week, what are some of the things that I have been watching? So I'm still watching Lovecraft Country on HBO Max for me, but you could watch it on HBO. So far so good. I mean, I've been seeing that it's been getting somewhat bad reviews of late. Um, it's different. But I do like it because it's a black dominated cast, and it's talking about some of the issues with it's sort of like set in that Jim Crow era. I do love Journey Smollett, or she's doing a really fantastic job as far as acting, and I'm gonna continue to watch it. I'm three episodes in. It's a weekly episodic television series, and if you're looking for something to watch, I think it's definitely worth taking a peek at. I have nothing against it so far. I'm not going to be one of those critics because I really don't think it's fair that you could judge something just by a couple episodes. But so far it's still keeping me strapped in, and I'm still going to watch it. Um, Again, like I said, for people who are interested in sports, and without diving into anything political here, if you're still excited for the NFL season and you like football and all that, I still continue to like to watch that stuff. And so Hard Knocks is still there. I'm still watching that because again, I'm an LA Rams fan. So I'm still diving into all those different things as well. Some other things I watched, which was mostly important, was I watched the movie Black Panther in celebration of the passing of the great actor Chadwick Boseman. And watching the film again, it's hard to, first of all, it's hard to believe and come to terms that we lost somebody so great. But and just looking back on some of the other films that he's done, you just cannot help to escape the importance of the Black Panther movie as far as being the first time to represent a black hero on the big screen. Because as far as a lot of people knock these superhero films, and a lot of directors are harsh on them, but no one can deny the influence that it has on so many people, whether it be kids or certain communities. And when the Black Panther movie came out, and first of all, it was one of the more successful Marvel movies, but the way that he played the character, and how it was such a cool representative to see someone like me be on that screen, how important that was, and a milestone, a huge milestone, that it took so many years before we can get something like that on the screen. It was a black dominated cast movie, and you know what? It's so hard to believe that he's gone because he's played other characters as well. So I definitely watched that film again, just in celebration, and to pay homage to such a great individual. Like a lot of us, no one knew that he was actually sick. And when you see these pictures coming out, how he visited the hospital and all those other things while he was sick, it just pays to how great of a man that we had lost. Another thing that I just watched this weekend on Netflix, and I'm two episodes in, is a documentary series called High Score, which is kind of taking you back into the 80s and 90s when a lot of these video game systems first launched, from Atari and Super Nintendo. And I've always liked Netflix as far as it comes to some of its docu-series, and this one's definitely an interesting one. So if you are like me and still kind of into that like video game phase, and you still love it, it's definitely one to definitely peek in and look at, because it's definitely very interesting. Because it kind of highlighted, I was in a few episodes, and I don't want to ruin it, about how there was dark ages of video games, and I'm wondering if that's something that we might be in for, because when I was listening to people mad about the whole the new Madden game of how like they kind of getting bored with it. I'm wondering with these new launches, these systems that are going to come out, are we going to people going to get bored, especially now with a lot of people staying home during COVID? Are folks going to kind of get bored and want something a little more, and how these platforms are going to kind of elevate their products. All right, now we're going to what am I looking forward to? So there's a lot of things coming up. We have a whole chock full of things coming up because unfortunately summer is just about wrapping up, which means we're going to start some of the things in fall. So what are things that old school here in particular is looking forward to? Well, we got The Boys 2 season 2 on Prime Video releasing this Friday on September 4th. The Boys, if you didn't have an opportunity to watch it, season 1 is another superhero series, but it's a little bit different, a lot darker, a little bit grittier. And if you're looking for different than Marvel and DC, this one's definitely something to take a peek at because really, it was really, really good. I don't want to even ruin it for you and like point at stuff like that. But I'm just telling you that I'm super excited for season 2, which begins on September 4th. All right, other things I'm looking forward to. So Mulan. Mulan gets released on Disney Plus September 4th. Now, people are wondering, old school, are you going to really pay that $30 to see the movie when you're a big supporter of the movie theater industry? And the answer is yes, because again, I like to just see, experience for myself, what do I think of it? So I definitely want to get my thoughts on Mulan and want to review it too, because I don't want to kind of be left out. Now, if you're not interested in buying the $30 premium, you don't have to panic because Disney promised at a later date they were going to release it for everybody, which is pretty cool. I mean, we're going to see. We're going to see two mediums because the last thing I want to talk about on what I'm looking forward to is the movie theaters here in Philadelphia are opening up on September 8th. Now, I've been reading a lot of posts on Facebook and everything else saying people are hesitant to go to the movie theater. So I love the movie theaters, and I still think that you can't duplicate the experience that you get in the movie theater when you're at home, especially when you're watching these bigger budget films. One of the things I enjoy is the fan reaction when things are happening on the screen. So I am going to take that chance and go to the AMC theater where I live right here in Philadelphia next week, and I'm going to take a chance and we're going to see what it's like. If I feel like it's not safe, I'm definitely going to do that. So I kind of want to do a video of myself next week of kind of going in, if they allow me, just to see the process of what AMC is doing to keep us safe during this time. Are people keeping a good social distance? What's some of their cleaning procedures? I would love to take a picture maybe and see like are they cleaning between showings and stuff like that. Now you could read online what they're doing, but I also like to see in person because I've worked in different places before and you could say you're doing something, but when you get there, that's not always the same thing. So am I looking forward to it? Yeah, it's going to be good to go back into the movie theaters again. And we do got some good films coming up. We got Wonder Woman coming up. The James Bond movie's coming up in November. And believe it or not, that's coming around the corner. That's coming on closer than you thought. And I'm going to be excited for it. So that's my weekly episode of What is Old School Watching. And I hope you join me next week when I kind of tell you what I think about, Mulan. And I'll definitely be able to watch The Boys and all that thing. Although The Boys one might be going a little bit later because I just got a new job and my days off are going to be a little bit funny, but definitely those things will be coming. And you know what? On this weekly episode, I think that's when I'm going to share some of my thoughts of it. So again, football season's coming up. People are going to be excited for that. Watch some Hard Knocks to kind of get you prepped up for the season. Good, docu-series on Netflix, and there's going to be other things I'm going to take a peek at too. Lovecraft Country, if you're looking for something to watch to kind of support some black actors and actresses, definitely something to take a peek at. It's something worth watching on HBO Max. And like we said, we got movie theaters open, so we got a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of content coming out for all of us to get excited with. So I want everyone to kind of have a good, safe weekend. Remember, be safe. wear a mask. I know I'm not doing it now, but that's the purpose of the video. But make sure you're wearing a mask, staying safe, and have a good one, guys. Thank you.